In the cold, unforgiving waters off the coast of Scotland, a mystery unfolded over a century ago that continues to baffle us today. In December of 1900, the Flannan Isles lighthouse keepers, James Ducat, Thomas Marshall, and Donald MacArthur, vanished without a trace. Their disappearance was discovered when a relief ship, the Hesperus, arrived at the island on December 26th and found the lighthouse eerily deserted. The scene was unsettling. A stopped clock, a table set for a meal, and an uncanny silence that echoed the keeper's sudden absence. The island, ordinarily a beacon of light in the vast expanse of sea, was shrouded in an unsettling darkness. It was as if the three men had evaporated into the thin, salty air, leaving behind only the lighthouse that stood as a lonely sentinel on the island. Theories abounded, each more chilling than the last. Were they swept away by rogue waves, victims of a violent storm? Or did they meet a more sinister fate, perhaps at the hands of each other? Or were they, as some speculated, victims of supernatural forces or even extraterrestrial intervention? The truth, it seems, had disappeared along with the keepers. The last entry in the logbook, dated December 15, 1900, hinted at severe weather. But was it the weather that took them, or was it something far more sinister? The men who vanished were not just any men. They were experienced lighthouse keepers, seasoned by the harsh conditions of the sea. Let's delve a bit deeper into the lives of the three men who disappeared that fateful December in 1900 from the Flannan Isles lighthouse. Their names were James Ducat, Thomas Marshall, and Donald MacArthur. James Ducat, the principal keeper, was a veteran of the lighthouse service with over 20 years of experience. His role was to ensure the smooth running of the lighthouse, a position that required a cool head, steady hands, and a heart that didn't flinch at the howling winds or the towering waves. Thomas Marshall, the second keeper, was also an experienced hand. He had a reputation for being meticulous in his duties, from keeping the light burning brightly to ensuring the lighthouse was in good repair. Then there was Donald MacArthur, the occasional keeper. He was the one who filled in when the other keepers were unwell or on leave. Though he didn't have the years of experience that Ducat and Marshall had, he was no stranger to the challenges of the job. These men were the guardians of the sea, living in isolation and facing the elements day in and day out. Their work was critical to the safety of the mariners who relied on the lighthouse's beacon to guide them through the treacherous waters around the Flannan Isles. Their profession was not for the faint-hearted. It required them to live in remote locations, far from the comforts of society. They worked in all weather conditions, keeping the light burning no matter how fierce the storm. It was a job that required physical endurance, technical skill, and a considerable amount of courage. These were the men who vanished into thin air one December night, experienced, hardy, and well acquainted with the perils of the sea. But if the sea did take them, why were there no bodies? Why were there no signs of a struggle or an accident? As the investigation into the disappearance deepened, so did the mystery. The official report suggested that the keepers, James Ducat, Thomas Marshall, and Donald MacArthur, were swept away by a massive wave while securing equipment outside the lighthouse. This theory was plausible given the severe weather conditions noted in the log entries and the state of disarray found at the West Landing. However, this explanation was not without its inconsistencies. For instance, why would one of the keepers leave his raincoat behind if they were venturing out into a storm? This detail gave rise to another theory, posited by shepherds who grazed their sheep on the island. They suggested the possibility of a powerful marine spout, known for sporadically shooting dangerous volumes of compressed seawater into the air. The theory goes that one man stayed behind while the other two went out into the storm. Upon noticing the conditions were ripe for a water eruption, he rushed out to warn the others, leaving his raincoat behind in his haste. Tragically, all three men may have been swept away by the tumultuous sea. As the years passed and the mystery remained unsolved, more unconventional theories began to emerge. Some proposed the idea of a sea serpent attack, while others suggested a disagreement among the keepers that escalated into violence. And of course, in true mystery fashion, theories of alien abductions and supernatural involvement were also put forth. The eerie details of the case, such as the stopped clock and the half-eaten meal, only added fuel to these speculative fires. Despite the many theories, the truth about what happened to the lighthouse keepers remains shrouded in mystery. Whether it was a rogue wave, a marine spout, or something more sinister, the fate of Duckett, Marshall, and MacArthur continues to baffle investigators more than a century later. In the absence of definitive evidence, their disappearance stands as one of history's most intriguing vanishing acts, a testament to the unpredictable and often unforgiving nature of the sea. Over 120 years have passed, and yet the Flannan Isles lighthouse mystery remains unresolved. The sudden and unexplained disappearance of James Duckett, Thomas Marshall, and Donald MacArthur has sparked more than a century of speculation, inquiry, and intrigue. The eerie circumstances surrounding their vanishing act, the clock stopped, the table set for a meal, and the chilling final log entry mentioning severe winds, have fueled countless theories, each more fascinating than the last. From rogue waves to alien abductions, to a supernatural involvement, the possibilities seem endless. Yet, the absence of bodies and the enigma of the stopped clocks and half-eaten meal only deepen the mystery. This enduring mystery has not only captivated the minds of investigators and mystery enthusiasts alike, it has also inspired a wealth of creative works. Books have been written, films have been made, all attempting to unravel the enigma of the Flannan Isles lighthouse. One such film, The Vanishing, in 2018, brought the mystery to the big screen, weaving a haunting tale that echoes the chilling uncertainty of the real-life event. Yet, amidst the theories and the media fascination, we must not forget the human element of this mystery. The families of Duckett, Marshall, and MacArthur have lived with this loss for over a century. The men who once maintained the beacon of safety for passing vessels were themselves lost to the sea, leaving behind families who mourn their loss to this day. Despite the passage of time, the disappearance of the Flannan Isles lighthouse keepers continues to bewitch us with its enduring mystery. It stands as a stark reminder of the unpredictable and often unforgiving nature of the sea, a testament to the bravery and dedication of those who risk their lives to guide others safely home. Perhaps we will never know what truly happened to the keepers of the Flannan Isles lighthouse, and it will remain one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the sea. Their names may be lost in the annals of history, but the story of the Flannan Isles lighthouse keepers continues to intrigue us. James Duckett, Thomas Marshall, and Donald MacArthur, three men who dedicated their lives to the noble profession of guiding seafarers, became the central figures in a mystery that has endured for over a century. Their disappearance left a void not just in the lives of their loved ones, but also in the collective conscience of a nation. Their story, shrouded in mystery and speculation, has inspired countless works of literature and cinema, adding a layer of romanticism to the otherwise harsh and lonely life of a lighthouse keeper. Yet their greatest legacy lies not in the mystery of their disappearance, but in their unwavering commitment to their duty, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of isolation and adversity. In the end, it is their enduring mystery that keeps the memory of James Duckett, Thomas Marshall, and Donald MacArthur alive, forever linked to the lonely lighthouse on the Flannan Isles.